Welcome back to the channel, Party Popper. Today, we're going to explore the top 5 most valuable Buffalo nickel coins on the market. These classic 5-cent coins are some of the most iconic pieces of U.S. currency. And when it comes to rare errors, dirty conditions, and unique silver tones or color shades, they have become major players in the world of coin collecting and investing. Buffalo nickels aren't just coins. They're pieces of American history, beloved for their artwork and heritage. Today, they are among the most valuable treasures collectors are chasing. So, if you're a coin enthusiast or someone who appreciates the beauty and significance of American currency, this video is for you. Backhand index pointing right. Let's get started with coin number 1. The Buffalo nickel, also called the Indian head nickel, is one of the most iconic coins in American history. And among all the years it was minted, the 1936 version with no mint mark stands out as a piece that has captured the imagination of collectors and treasure hunters alike. At first glance, it looks like just another old coin worn and aged by decades of use. But in reality, it carries with an aura of mystery, history, and unimaginable value in certain conditions. To hold one is to hold a piece of American identity. And when that coin is rare, flawless, or carries unique minting anomalies, it can be worth not just hundreds or thousands, but potentially life-changing amounts. The year 1936 was a turning point in the production of Buffalo nickels. It was one of the last years this design would be struck before the transition to the Jefferson nickel in 1938. That means that coins from this era often carry special attention from collectors. The fact that the coin bears no mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia, the oldest and most historic mint in the United States. Philadelphia issues are often seen as a standard of their time, but when they survive in particularly fine condition or with unusual errors, they transform from simple pocket change into treasures. The artistry of the Buffalo nickel is also part of its value. Designed by James Earl Fraser, the obverse depicts the proud profile of a Native American chief, while the reverse showcases the mighty American bison. Together, they tell a story of America's heritage, resilience, and the spirit of the frontier. The 1936 version is especially admired because, in some surviving examples, the details of the design remain sharply struck, and that sharpness paired with the scarcity of high-grade examples makes collectors willing to pay unimaginable sums. What makes the 1936 no-mint mark Buffalo nickel even more extraordinary is a mystique of errors and variations. In coin collecting, an error is not a flaw but a fortune. There are examples of the 1936 nickel with double dies, where the lettering or design looks slightly doubled, and these coins are highly sought after. There are also versions that come with striking differences in the quality of detail, such as a rare 3.5-leg variety, where the bison's front leg is partially missing due to die polishing. A collector who finds such a coin could find themselves sitting on a treasure worth millions in today's fevered market. Imagine, for a moment, that the coin in your possession looks ordinary, even dusty and dull from circulation. Yet, to the trained eye of a collector or auction house expert, it could reveal secrets like crisp strike details, rare die varieties, or minting quirks that elevate into a masterpiece of numismatic history. The world of coin collecting is fueled by these surprises, and the 1936 Buffalo nickel has been at the center of countless stories of overnight fortunes. What makes this coin even more compelling is its survival story. The vast majority of Buffalo nickels were used, worn down, and eventually melted or lost. To find one in circulated condition is common, but to find one preserved in high mint state quality is exceedingly rare. And when rarity combines with condition, values skyrocket. That is why a seemingly humble 5-cent piece can be worth not 5 cents, not $5, but millions in the right hands. The silver-like shine of some examples, particularly those that have been carefully preserved, only adds to the illusion of value. Though Buffalo nickels are technically made from a copper-nickel alloy, collectors often describe their luster and patina as silver-like. This shimmering quality, when paired with crisp details, makes a 1936 Buffalo nickel without a mint mark almost jewel-like, giving a presence far greater than its size. It is not just a monetary value that makes this coin so powerful. It is a sense of destiny attached to it. Many collectors and casual finders describe discovering a rare Buffalo nickel as a life-changing event, something that feels as though fate itself has handed them a key to fortune. In today's market, where rare coins can sell at auction for millions, the possibility that a single 1936 no-mint mark nickel could transform someone into a millionaire is not mere fantasy, but a tangible reality. The coin also carries with it a deeper symbolic power. It reminds us of America's past, the Native American tribes, the great buffalo herds that once roamed the plains, and a nation still defining itself. Owning such a coin is like holding a piece of that history in your hand. It is not just about wealth, but about legacy, about becoming custodian of something far larger than oneself. Collectors who chase this coin often speak of the thrill of the hunt. Every flea market, old collection, or inherited box of coins holds a tantalizing possibility of yielding a 1936 Buffalo nickel of extraordinary value. It is this dream, this sense of mystery, that keeps the legend of the coin alive and gives an aura that cannot be measured simply in dollars. In today's fevered numismatic market, stories abound of coins once thought ordinary selling for prices that defy imagination. The 1936 Buffalo nickel with no mint mark belongs to this category, a coin that has leapt beyond its humble 5-cent origins into the realm of treasure. It has the power to change fortunes overnight, to turn the finder into a millionaire, and to captivate the imagination of collectors across the globe. So, if you ever come across a 1936 Buffalo nickel with no mint mark, even in dirty or worn condition, do not dismiss it as a common trinket. It could be the very coin that carries with it unimaginable worth, a piece of American history with the power to transform your destiny forever. Treat it with reverence, for it might just be the key to unlocking a fortune beyond your wildest dreams. Next up, the 1929 Buffalo nickel without a mint mark is one of those coins that instantly sparks curiosity, not just for its artistry, but for the mystery and value it holds in numismatic history. This 5-cent piece belongs to the famous Buffalo nickel series, also known as the Indian head nickel, which was minted from 1913 to 1938. Designed by James Earl Fraser, the coin captured the spirit of the American frontier, with its portrait of a proud Native American on one side and the mighty American bison on the other. The 1929 issue, particularly the one with no mint mark, carries layers of historical, cultural, and financial importance, especially in today's booming rare coin market. At first glance, you might think of the 1929 Buffalo nickel as just another small change from nearly a century ago. However, what makes it so extraordinary is a combination of its age, scarcity, and condition-dependent rarity. The absence of a mint mark indicates it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but unlike the Denver or San Francisco issues, Philadelphia coins from this era are far less talked about, which adds to the intrigue. When you consider that very few have survived in pristine condition, the 1929 no-mint mark Buffalo nickel becomes a dream find for collectors and a potential ticket to unimaginable fortune. Now imagine holding such a coin in your hand, even in dirty or worn condition. That simple 5-cent piece, overlooked by millions in its time, could now be worth thousands, and in the rarest cases, even millions of dollars, depending on its grade and uniqueness. Collectors across the globe treasure Buffalo nickels because they represent a closing chapter of the Old West and the dawn of modern America. For the 1929 nickel, the charm lies not only in its design, but in the fact that it survived the Great Depression years, a time when coins were heavily circulated and often worn down to near unrecognizable states. One of the fascinating aspects of the Buffalo nickel series is the artistry itself. Fraser designed the Native American portrait by blending the features of several tribal chiefs, making the image timeless and universal rather than representative of a single person. On the reverse, the buffalo, often thought to be modeled after Black Diamond, a bison in the Central Park Zoo, stands as a powerful symbol of strength and endurance. The 1929 edition carried forward this design faithfully, meaning that even coins found today, despite dirt or wear, still echo that power and history. The market for rare coins has been skyrocketing in recent years, and Buffalo nickels are at the heart of this trend. What once passed through hands or candy or bread now has the potential to change a collector's fortune overnight. For the 1929 no-mint mark coin, the real magic happens when the piece is found in mint state or proof-like conditions. While most coins of this type are heavily circulated, those rare gems that survived untouched can command astronomical prices at auctions. Imagine a simple nickel selling for amounts higher than luxury cars or houses. That is the astonishing reality of coin collecting today. Even dirty or circulated examples of the 1929 nickel hold value. That's because collectors often seek coins not just for condition, but for history. A worn nickel from this era tells a story. It has passed through countless hands during a turbulent time in American history, perhaps used by a farmer during the Dust Bowl or a worker trying to buy bread during the Depression. Each scratch, mark, or discoloration is a testament to its survival, and survival itself, in the world of coin collecting, is a form of rarity. If you happen to come across a 1929 Buffalo nickel with no mint mark, the last thing you should do is dismiss it as ordinary change. The coin market thrives on hidden treasures, and this nickel is precisely the kind of discovery that can shock the unprepared. What may appear as a dirty old coin in your drawer could, in reality, be your gateway to a life-changing fortune. It's not an exaggeration to say that many collectors will compete fiercely to own such a piece, bidding its price higher and higher in pursuit of history, rarity, and beauty. The psychology behind this coin's value is fascinating too. Collectors don't just see metal. They see identity, heritage, and rarity woven together in a tangible object. Owning a Buffalo nickel is like owning a piece of the American dream, and the 1929 edition is especially compelling because it was minted just before the economic crash. That historical backdrop makes the coin more than collectible. It becomes a living reminder of survival and resilience in uncertain times. Some stories even tell of lucky finds. Ordinary people stumbling across Buffalo nickels in old boxes, estate sales, or inherited collections, only to discover they were far more than expected. This potential for sudden wealth is why so many people are drawn to coin collecting. The 1929 Buffalo nickel with no mint mark embodies that possibility, offering not just value in the monetary sense, but the thrill of discovery itself. In numismatic circles, the 1929 Buffalo nickel has been described as a coin of both commonality and surprise. Yes, many were minted, but few remain in collectible condition, and fewer still in high grades. That delicate balance between availability and scarcity makes it one of the most exciting coins to own. It's a coin that rewards patience, knowledge, and luck, and it continually reminds us that value is not always about face numbers. It's about story, rarity, and demand. If you were to hold on to such a coin and wait for the right market, the rewards could be staggering. Coin values fluctuate based on demand, auctions, and collector interest, but a 1929 no-mint mark Buffalo nickel in the right condition could make headlines overnight. For someone lucky enough to own one, the advice is clear. Don't part with it too cheaply, because its potential is far greater than its humble appearance suggests. In the grand tapestry of coin history, the 1929 Buffalo nickel no-mint mark shines as a symbol of how something so small can hold immense meaning and unimaginable value. It's not just a coin. It's a relic, a work of art, and a financial powerhouse wrapped into one. For anyone fortunate enough to discover one, it carries the promise of transformation, the power to change a life in an instant, to turn ordinary into extraordinary, and to remind us all that sometimes fortune hides in the most unassuming places. Next up, the 1923 No Mint Mark Edition. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin holds a mystique that transcends its simple denomination. To many collectors, it is not just a nickel. It is a piece of American identity, sculpted in metal and frozen in time. Even in worn or dirty condition, the mere possession of such a coin stirs excitement. For within its simple curves lies a story of artistry, rarity, and the tantalizing possibility of unimaginable fortune. The Buffalo nickel was designed by James Earl Fraser, an artist who sought to create a coin that would speak directly to the nation's roots. On one side rests the proud profile of a Native American chieftain, his features carved with dignity and strength. On the other side, the image of a mighty American bison stands tall, embodying both the spirit of the West and the resilience of nation. The 1923 edition, produced without any mint mark, is particularly treasured, as it hails from a time when fewer coins were struck compared to later years. Collectors view it as a bridge between artistry and rarity, a coin that captures the imagination. What elevates this coin into the realm of the most valuable and expensive is not only its history, but also the stories whisper about its potential market worth. Some claim that under the right circumstances, with the right buyer, even a nickel like this could fetch millions. The notion might sound like a dream, yet in the world of rare coins, dreams have a way of becoming reality. Imagine holding a dull, worn coin in your hand, unaware that it could make you a millionaire overnight. This is a spell that the 1923 Buffalo nickel weaves. Condition, of course, plays a part in valuation, but the magic of this coin is that even in dirty or circulated condition, it refuses to lose its charm. The faint lines of the Native American profile or the bison's worn outline only add layers of story. Each scratch, each faded edge is a mark of history, a testimony of the countless hands it has passed through. To collectors and historians, this does not diminish its power. It magnifies it, transforming a simple piece of nickel into an artifact of resilience. The 1923 no-mint mark Buffalo nickel is wrapped in mystery because it belongs to an era when minting technology was still imperfect. Striking errors, weak details, and variations often slipped through. To a casual spender, these imperfections were trivial. To collectors, they became treasures. A minor misalignment or a faint doubling of the design can transform this coin into a once-in-a-lifetime find worth staggering sums. Thus, hidden in plain sight, a dirty 1923 nickel could be a golden key to wealth. There is also an emotional pull attached to the coin. The Native American and Buffalo designs evoke a bygone age, one that feels both noble and untamed. Collectors do not just buy this coin. They adopt it as a piece of heritage. The deeper one looks into its design, the more it speaks of forgotten trails, prairies, and the original heartbeat of America. This emotional connection is a force that drives its price far beyond the logical, making the coin's value not just material but spiritual. Legends swirl around the Buffalo nickel, with stories of collectors who stumbled upon one in a box of forgotten change only to discover its worth years later. Such tales fuel the belief that owning this coin could change your fortune overnight. Imagine finding a dusty jar of coins in an attic and learning that one nickel among them holds the power to make you a billionaire. That is the type of dream that keeps this coin alive in both myth and market. The rarity of the 1923 Buffalo nickel is further compounded by the fact that many were lost, melted, or simply worn out in circulation. Few remain in truly collectible form, and those that do are pursued like hidden treasure. This scarcity transforms the coin into a beacon of wealth for those lucky enough to own it. Even the most skeptical observer cannot help but wonder if they are holding a fortune disguised as pocket change. The coin also has a symbolic aura of survival. It weathered the turbulent years after World War I, endured the roaring 20s, and outlived countless economic shifts. Owning such a coin is akin to holding a witness to history, a silent observer of human triumphs and tragedies. Its survival into today's market amplifies its aura of rarity and wealth. In the modern collector's market, the 1923 Buffalo nickel's value is not tied to its face value, but to its story, its rarity, and its ability to ignite desire. Collectors bid fiercely, sometimes irrationally, when coins like this appear at auction. The frenzy itself is proof that this nickel, small as it may seem, wields a power to elevate ordinary people into the realm of extraordinary fortune. It is important to remember that money is only part of its allure. This coin holds a deeper promise, the chance to connect with history, while also touching unimaginable wealth. The combination is irresistible. Every collector dreams of being the one who uncovers the Holy Grail among common change, and the 1923 Buffalo nickel keeps that dream alive. So if you are ever fortunate enough to stumble upon a 1923 no-mint mark Buffalo nickel, never underestimate it. Do not let it slip away at a low price, for it has the potential to change your fortune overnight. More than a coin, it is a legend, one that continues to shine in whispers of million-dollar valuations and the promise of instant transformation. It is proof that even the humblest nickel can hold the power to crown you a billionaire.